Okay, so let me also just repeat that I want you to go over each one of these lines by hand, right? Because we want this to have a feeling that a human drew it as opposed to all those ruled lines. The ruler is our tool, really good tool actually, for siding and for establishing that first line in there. Now check this out. When that started to get awkward, I just flipped it over to a 90-degree angle. Any of that stuff that's happening down here in the lower right-hand quadrant of this drawing, it's just going to be a whole lot easier if I spin it. Okay. You can also see that I'm starting to erase a lot of those lines that were my back lines, starting to just emphasize the lines of the things that I'm going to see, realizing that all of this is up for grabs still. Okay, hear me, people. What I do not want you to do at this point is I don't want you to, wow, you guys couldn't even see what I was doing there. Sorry about that. I do not want you to try to turn this into something yet. Don't turn it into, I mean, once you turn it into a castle or, like the Death Star or a Walmart or whatever, it can't be anything else, right? It starts to become something that has its own rules or whatever, and I don't want you to do that. I want you to stick with the geometry of it. Just, take the pieces off, put the pieces on at this point, okay? All right. The next thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to put some inclined planes in there. Now, this isn't that different from what we did before. If I've got a box, right, that I've cut out of here, I already have the corners, right, and I can draw my inclined plane in there. I can either do that with a hole like this one, whoops, where there used to be a box, right? Or I can do it so you can see that's going to be my inclined plane here. If I've done everything right, this line and this line are going to make sense with each other. In fact, they might even, they're supposed to converge. I don't know why these two aren't. Occasionally, I suppose there could be a little perfect confluence of things where they would be parallel. What they shouldn't do is diverge. These look like they diverge a little. I don't know. Anyways, if I've done everything right, that should look right too. Okay. Now once I've done that, I got to re-add this line in here because I got like the ant is crawling across the plane here. He comes down here. Wait a minute. I've got two planes there. So I have to look back at it, make sure that I've got all the planes. So I want you to go form by form, right? And again, I'm going to draw that freehand. That line has to come back, but now this line has to go because I don't want there to be a seam there. Fair enough? So I'm going to have you guys add a couple of inclined planes. Hey, here's the other thing, is I don't want yours to look exactly like mine. Don't stick your inclined planes in exactly the same place as mine. Don't just copy what I'm doing. That's weird. That's a weird thing to do. Don't do that. Okay? Step back from it, look at it. Does it look okay? I think it looks okay. All right? So that was a hole that I did that in, but here I've got a block coming out here, and if I wanted to turn that into an inclined plane, the thing is really similar. I just have to know where the front and the back are. The front plane, I know where that corner is, I know where that corner is, I know where that corner is, I know where that corner is. Inclined plane is a walk in the park. right? So find a couple places on your drawing to put some inclined planes. You go do that, and I'll have you do something else in a minute.